If you ever get burned out from social, if you get sick of it and you just don't feel like posting today or even this entire month, I get it. I'm going to run you through what I call the 7-day social media reset, because if you're burned out, you just need a new system. You need a new plan. You need to reset a few things so you can start off fresh with some excitement and some wind beneath your sails. So this is what a lot of you have been needing for a long time. Let's jump into the 7-day social media reset right now. What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 383 of the Massive Agent Podcast. I am your host, Dustin Brome, here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I have a great episode for you to take a step back and refresh. Social media burns us all out, right? It's very easy for that to happen. And so every now and then you need to take a step back. You need to reevaluate. You need to make sure that what you're doing is working, make some improvements, make some tweaks, analyze what is working, what isn't, where you can be more efficient. And if me saying all that overwhelms you, then this is the perfect episode, because I'm going to run you through what to do for 7 straight days. I'll go through day 1, day 2. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do over 7 days to reset your social media approach. So for the next week, you're not going to worry so much about, like, if you're been posting one post a day and you're obsessed with that every single day, cool. If you can still do that while doing what I'm about to tell you, great. If not, don't worry about it. It's fine to reset for a week. If you take a step back and reevaluate and do what I'm about to lay out for you, you will see increase. You will see growth, and you'll be re-energized and re-excited about social media again, which we all go through those periods. I've been through many of them. Like, one was recent where I was just super uninspired. Then I hired my videographer, and I've been super excited every day because now I can do some stuff that I couldn't by myself, and he helps me do a lot more. So that was really reinvigorating for me. But even still, I get into these little creative funks sometimes. And so if that happens to you, you're normal. You're not broken. You're not doing anything wrong. That means you're a normal human being, especially considering marketing and social and lead gen. Even though that is your job, it's part of your overall business. There's all the other stuff, servicing clients, all the stuff that you've got to do in addition. So give yourself some freaking grace, all right? If you haven't been perfect with social, with your posting schedule, okay, welcome to the club. Neither have I. You can get back on the horse anytime, but let's start with the 7-day social media reset. Let me start with day 1. And by the way, if you guys are taking notes, great. If you want, I've just put all of this in a Google Doc. So everything I'm about to lay out for you, I put it in one doc for you. Just go to Instagram and DM me the word reset, and I'll send it to you instantly. So don't worry about taking notes. I mean, take notes on certain things if you need to. But as far as like day 1 through 7 and all the different points, I put it into a Google Doc. Just DM me the word reset on Instagram, and I'll send it to you right away. So don't worry about taking all the notes. Let's jump into it, okay? Day 1, the first thing you need to do to find out what you should be doing and where you should be going in the future, you need to know where you're at currently. So you have to audit your profiles. Every one of you will probably have a different answer. Some of you are only using Facebook. Some of you only Instagram, only TikTok. Totally fine. If you use TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts, whatever that is, you have to look at those profiles, look at those bios. Okay, so I'm just going to use Instagram for an example and just insert your platform or platforms of choice here. When you audit your profiles, okay, this is how you show up to the world, by the way. So if somebody lands on your account, if you do a piece of content that crushes it and it's a great job, like you did a great job on that video, and then people land on your profile, what kind of impression do they have? They need to have a positive impression. You want them to have a positive impression. You want them to start looking at everything else and binging. You want it to be very clear who you are, what you do for a living, and where you do it. So as you're looking at your Instagram bio, your TikTok profile or whatever, look at all your pinned posts. Look at your profile picture. Look at the posts that show up, the top 6 or the top 9, the highlights if you have them. Does all of that, the whole big picture, does it clearly say who you are, who you are there to help, right? Who you service, and what market you serve? when I audit bios for agents as part of the clients from social coaching group or just agents that I'm helping on a regular basis, it's amazing how often I have to remind them, hey, that doesn't, like, nobody knows where you're doing that, or people know where you are, but they don't know what you're doing there. So who do you help? What market do you serve? Can you be clearly seen? Like, is your profile picture you? I think your profile picture should not be a logo, should not be some Canva graphic. It should be your face, a great, clear, well-lit headshot, ideally. So, and by the way, once you have a great profile picture, have it consistent everywhere. Use that same profile picture everywhere so that you can start the brand consistency. If you have a different profile photo or a different username on all the different platforms, it's really hard for people to connect you that, oh, that's the same person. So consistency across all of them is key for sure. Remove anything that you find that's outdated, that just doesn't fit your message, anything that's irrelevant now. Like maybe I'm thinking of my Facebook cover photo. It's the Ignite event that I did last October. I should probably update that. Actually, I don't use Facebook that often, but I need to update that. So there, I just audited myself. So outdated shit, something that's maybe cringe or stuff that's off brand or that doesn't that would confuse people on what your offering is if they landed on your account. Remove that stuff. Okay. And then ask yourself, as you're looking at your profile, as you're looking at your bio, would a stranger know what I do in 3 seconds or less? And if not, then you've got some work to do. So a couple Instagram profiles that come to mind as far as the bio that do a great job: Megan Riker in Florida, Alyssa Kernut, I think Alyssa Kernut in Spokane, Washington. There's so many. There's so many agents that do a great job with their bio. But name, oh, and by the way, on Instagram, your username, your handle, and then the account name, those are the only two searchable fields on Instagram. So make sure your name and where you're located and what you do for a living is in there somewhere. So the account name, like Dustin Brome in Salt Lake City, Utah, like realtor. Like it could just be Dustin Brome, Salt Lake City realtor, because then all those terms are searchable, and then I can still have Massive Agent as my username if I want. So whatever that is for you, that's how you do your Instagram. Okay. As you're auditing, what would a stranger think if they found your account? What would the impression be if they found it? That's what you do day one, is just dig in and be critical of what you look like now so that you can, and by the way, when you find stuff that's not the where it should be, fix it. Like, what a great opportunity that you have to do that. Don't beat yourself up. I don't want you to be like, oh shit, I can't believe that I had that, or that's so stupid. At least you're finding it now. So audit your profiles, and then we can move forward. Day two, you're going to define your content pillars. What is it that you're putting out there? What type of content are you posting? Who is it for? So pick one or two content themes. Okay. One or two content themes: real estate tips, local lifestyle. We're going to fit in some personal and family stuff, mainly in the stories, right? You're going to want your personality mixed in with all the public facing stuff for sure. Is it behind the scenes content? Like what are the formats of the content you're doing, and who is it for? So who is your ideal audience? Are they military members who are relocating to your area because of a base? Are they luxury sellers? Are they first-time home buyers in a certain part of town? Or is it maybe somebody with a certain profession, like maybe doctors that work for that healthcare company that's in town and they're a huge employer and there's constantly people moving to town because of it? Whatever that is, define who it is that you're creating content for. Once you know who they are, you can then create for them. So define what those content pillars look like. When you know who you're trying to reach, who your ideal client is, you can keep them in mind as you're creating everything. It makes it way easier to plan your content and then figure out what types of formats you're going to do. But you can change it in the future. This is not all set in stone, but this is to just give you some clarity. This is a reset to where instead of 47 different ideas and different possibilities of how to do things, you're like, no, here's two things that I'm doing. Like, I'm going to do these 2 formats. I'm going to talk to these people, and here's what I'm going to talk to them about, because I know who they are, and I'm going to post stuff that they need. Now you can just, that focus is going to give you so much clarity and just let some of the stress off your shoulders. And the stress is just going to like melt off. When you define your content pillars and who it's for, it makes it way easier to plan and to post. And here's another question you can ask yourself. Think, what do I want to be known for? As you're trying to figure out who am I speaking to? Who am I serving? Who am I creating content for? Well, what do you want to be known for? And whatever the answer is, that needs to fit into your overall content plan. That's day 2. Day 3, look at what's working. There's some stuff you're doing already that's working, so you need to know what it is. I've been kind of on the kick over the last week. If you follow me on Instagram and watch my stories, I think it's so bizarre how few agents have no idea where their deals are coming from. You think you do, but if you had to list where the last 5 or the last 10 closings came from, you'd be like, referrals. And maybe that's true, but you've got to know where your deals are coming from. You have to know what's working. You have to know where the fire is burning so you can go add more fuel to it, rather than going and starting a bunch of new fires. If you're looking for more and additional things to do, that's not necessarily what you should be doing. In fact, more things, adding on more things, adding new things it's probably the opposite of what you should be doing. So day 3 is look at what's working. Sort your last 90 days of posts by saves, shares, replies, likes, views, whatever. Look at the content that's been working best over the last 90 days, even the last 6 months, even go back a year. And just in Instagram, it's super easy. You just go into your professional dashboard, you go to analytics and, look at your content, sort it. So what is working? And the content that you've done over the last year will tell you what's working. Make note of it. What are people engaging with the most? And once you know that, double down on that. Do more. This is not revolutionary, but you have to be aware of it first. Find out what's working and do more of it. And remember, shares, saves are way more valuable than likes. Okay. So if you're just trying to get more likes, if you have a bunch of likes on a post, sure, that's an indicator that it may be good stuff, but shares, saves are way more valuable than likes. Comments are great too, but shares and saves are gold. Day 4, batch some evergreen posts. So now you're going to start creating. So day 1, you audited what your accounts look like, what your profiles look like. Day 2, you defined your content pillars. What types of content are you going to be doing? Who are you going to be creating it for? And then day 3, what has been working in the past so that you can identify it and do more of it. And day 4 is creating some evergreen posts. So now that you know all that you should be doing, it's time to do some of that stuff. So spend 30 to 45 minutes creating or mapping out or using ChatGPT to help you script and storyboard some ideas. Spend 30 to 45 minutes creating 3 to 5 pieces of content that you can post anytime, that don't need to be posted this week because of like some news story that just came out, right? Just something that you could post 2 weeks from now or a month and a half from now, and it would still be relevant. So what are some of those evergreen posts you can record and create now? Create 3 to 5 of them. So an example, like 3 reasons why buying now is smarter than waiting, for example. Like why even with higher interest rates, I'm not saying this should be the hook, this is more the topic, but why even with higher interest rates, it may make more sense to buy now versus waiting for lower interest rates. How to win bidding wars, what most agents won't tell you about selling your own house, stuff like that. You can post that anytime. Though the reason that you're doing those evergreen posts is they become your just in case posts. They're kind of like in the hopper. You have a backup. You have a little box of backup posts. So if you have a busy week or you have an off week or one of those uncreative, uninspired weeks, you go to your evergreen, your emergency fund, if you will, of content and post those, and then you're not messing with your plan. Day 5, stories. You're going to reignite interest, activity, engagement in your stories. So for the next 5 to 7 days, post 3 to 5 stories per day. One of them personal, at least. One of them real estate related somehow, but still make it interesting. And then one poll or question box or like some engagement booster. You can have people vote on stuff. You can say, do you like this or that? Ask questions, let them vote on polls. You need one super engaging thing every single day. So one personal, at least one real estate related, at least one poll or question, something that boosts engagement. And ideally, you don't have to stress yourself out over making sure this happens. But if you can post the engaging piece first in the day, then you should get more views, and that should get more views for the stuff that you post after it as well. Again, don't stress yourself out thinking, oh my gosh, I need something engaging right now, so I'm not going to post anything today because I can't think of something engaging. Don't do that. You need to check the box every single day over the next 5 to 7 days, post 3 to 5 stories per day. So day 5, you're reigniting stories, reminding people who already know you, reminding people who already follow you that you're active, that you exist, that you're in business, what you do for a living, that you are likable, you are credible, you are relatable. This is how referrals happen. This is how people were like, oh, I just thought of you, and my neighbor said that they're moving and they asked me for a realtor referral. Well, had you not shown up in their stories, they may not have remembered you at that time, and they may have gone to Google and referred somebody, or their cousin Sally, or Sharon that just got her license 3 weeks ago, and they get the referral. So day 5, you get serious about your stories. Day 6, update your call to action strategy. And if you don't have one, that's part of the problem. We're going to give you one. Day 6, you're going to focus on how to do better calls to action. Are you giving people in the content you put out there, in the videos, in the stories, all of it, are you giving people an actual next step? Are you telling them what to do next? I see this. If you've been watching my Instagram and TikTok series, the agent video audits, they're fantastic, by the way. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Instagram, go to TikTok and watch the agent video audits that I've been doing. I'm doing one every day. And by the way, those, if you've been liking those, I've been getting a ton of comments on those, which is cool. And they're not really meant to go viral, but like those are a great example of something that I don't think those will ever go viral, but it's making a deep impact on agents because they're learning stuff, and I'm getting a ton of feedback and engagement from them. And so I know that I'm doing the right stuff for my audience. Going viral and big numbers and big views, like to hell with it. Like that's really, really good stuff. So I'm going to do a lot more of that every single day. And by the way, every one of those videos that I'm auditing has been sent to me. I'm not going out and just picking random videos. I'm not just like picking on some people. And if you've seen me, like maybe I talk some shit, but I do it respectfully. I do it in a constructive way. I'm not trying to beat anyone down, because ultimately, if you're taking action, if you're actually putting content out there, even if it sucks, you have my respect. Those that I don't respect are the ones that aren't doing it. You're not taking action. You're sitting in the damn stands, just barking and talking shit at those who are on the field. I have no respect for you jokers. None. So if you are trying, even if it sucks ass, you have my respect because you are trying. You're swinging the bat. Anyways, check out my agent video audits on social if you haven't yet. I talk a lot in those audits where I see agents do a video about a listing and like they just show the house. And then, so, okay, great. What if people like that house? Then what? What are they supposed to do next? You, as the creator of that video, need to tell people and direct and guide people into what to do next. Do you want them to DM you a certain word? Just like to get this list, you're going to go to Instagram at Massive Agent. You're going to DM me the word, what did I say? The word reset. And I'll send you this whole list. Okay? I'm telling you what to do to get this valuable thing. If you want people to DM you a certain word to schedule a showing, to see more photos, to get more of the details of the listing, to see the virtual walkthrough, whatever, put that in there, right? So you got to think about that. Before you create the video, what's the call to action going to be? There doesn't always need to be one. right? There doesn't always need to be a call to action. But if you're trying to promote a certain thing, you should put some thought into it. So DM me the word home for my buyer's guide, or DM me the word tour to see this listing. Comment the word state if it's on State Street to get the details for this house or to schedule a showing, or text this phrase to a certain number, or click the link in my bio to find this. Give a call to action. Tell people what to do. Otherwise, they're not going to know what to do and they're not going to do anything. So if your listing videos are falling flat, it's not necessarily that nobody is interested in the house. It's that you didn't tell them how to find out more. You didn't tell them much about it at all. Day 6, update your content, your call to action strategy. Focus on giving people an actual next step, DMing you a certain word. Make your calls to action clear, low friction, and frequent. The bad calls to action are the ones with a bunch of friction, where I see agents say, hey, if you want more information or if you want to see this house, call me at this number. Calling a stranger has a lot of friction. I'm not going to do it. But if it's, hey, click the link in my bio and you can get the details and you can just see all the details of this house, that's low friction, because it doesn't involve them getting out of their comfort zone and calling a stranger. They can do it themselves without anyone else getting in the way. So think low friction. And then so what you're going to do is add a strong call to action to your bio on your profiles. And if you're going to do and 2 to 3 over the next week. So this depends on how often you're posting. We're going to get to that here in just a second. But day 6, I want you to add a call to action to your bio. So maybe in Instagram, it gives you the one link. I know you can have multiple. Don't put multiple links. I know it'll let you do up to 5 links. Well, what if you do that? People have no idea which one. If you give them too many choices, they get overwhelmed. Have you ever been to the Cheesecake Factory? It's too much. Just give me the In-N-Out menu. Do you want a double or a single? Do you want pickles and onions or not? Make it freaking simple, okay? So one link, but then tell them on the line above it why they should click it. Like free home selling resources with an arrow down, for example. List of open houses this weekend, arrow down. So give a call to action to it's super easy in Instagram. You can do a call to action in all of your stuff too. And if you're using ManyChat like I do, even in your Facebook profile, you could say, DM me the word showing, and I'll send you a list of all of the new constructions in this neighborhood. So add a call to action to your bio on day 6, and then plan calls to action in at least 2 to 3 of your next posts. Day 7, you're going to schedule and systemize all of this. So here's where you're deciding how often you're going to post. If that's once a week, If that's once a week, okay. If that's every other day, cool. Maybe it's 2 to 3 times a week, maybe it's daily, maybe it's twice a day. Whatever your answer is, whatever you can legitimately commit to on a regular basis, not just this week, not just next week, but on a regular basis, just ongoing, whatever you can commit to, burn it into your brain, commit to it. I will post 3 times per week, period. Decide your baseline. I will post 3 times a week. I will post daily. I will post every other day. I will post Monday through Friday, whatever. And then just to make it easy, you're going to schedule this stuff. Use Metricool, use Meta's business suite. I like to schedule within Instagram, and you can go in there and schedule all your posts for the week. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you're done. How nice would that be to just have all your posts for the week done, and then you know what time they go out, so you can be looking at your notifications and respond to comments and stuff like that. Create a repeatable flow. And create a series. Like I'm doing this agent video, the agent video audits. That's a series that I'm doing. You can create a Monday market tip, a Wednesday carousel post, a Friday story poll, a live Q&A on Thursdays, whatever that is. Maybe it's your deal of the week. Decide on that repeatable flow and create a series that people can look forward to on a regular basis instead of just random content. Random content is fine, but if you have a series that you do that people can count on and look forward to, and if they like it, they'll go back and see the other stuff. That works really, really well. So on day 7, you're gonna schedule your stuff out. Schedule at least 1, 2, 3 days into the future. Decide your baseline, how often you're going to post. Commit to it. Create a repeatable flow. Right? This whole 7-day reset. It's about recharging, refocusing, making sure that you're focused. Your efforts and time is focused on doing the right stuff, the stuff that's actually working, that's actually going to move the needle, that's actually going to bring business. The point of doing content as an agent is not to get 1 million views. The point is to get a bunch of people to see your stuff and want to hire you. That's the goal. The goal is not to be this influencer. The goal, like, that could be a byproduct, that could be a result. The goal is to sell houses and earn commission income and build a business. That's the goal. So reset your social media approach now so that moving forward, you get more leads, you get more referrals, and you have less stress, and it doesn't weigh on you nearly so much. And you now look forward to doing social because now you have a system. You have a system to follow. It's much easier when you have a system than if it's like, oh my gosh, I have all these things floating around in my head. So once again, if you want the whole 7-day list, just go to my Instagram at Massive Agent and DM me the word reset, and I'll send this all to you instantly right there in the DMs. I hope this was helpful. Take this seriously. If you were inspired in the beginning in any way, at any level, that like, oh my gosh, I need to do this, then you need to do this. You know if you need this or not. And even I'd say most of you that think you don't need this probably do. We all need a reset. We all need to take a step back and reevaluate and reassess from time to time. And then you can make a giant leap forward. This is one of those situations where you take one tiny step back and make 2 giant steps forward. This is it. Get to work. Have fun with it, as I'm sure you will. And before we leave, keeping current matters. I love KCM. Be the advisor that your clients trust with keeping current matters. KCM gives you easy to understand market insights, ready to share graphics. The research and analysis they do on this crazy market environment we're in is gold. It helps you stay the advisor and keep your credibility and keep you looking like a pro. Okay, so try KCM for free over at trykcm.com/BAM. And then go to massiveagentsociety.com/BAMX to level up your business with BAMX. Courses, masterminds, networking, events, all of it, referrals. Join today over at massiveagentsociety.com/BAMX. And I will see you guys next week. Remember to DM me the word reset on Instagram, and I'll send you this whole 7-day list, and then you'll have your marching orders. All you've got to do to hold your end of the bargain is to frickin' do it. Stick with it, do it, not just some of it, do all of it. And I think you'll see a massive improvement in the results you're getting from social. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you guys next week on the Massive Agent Podcast. See ya.